And so then the last thing that I want to sort of talk about here is the subject area expectations and norms. And so how do you find those subject area expectations and norms? You're not going to search necessarily super specifically for your exact research question. You're going to search a little bit more broadly, but take a look in the places where systematic reviews live. The Cochrane Library is really focused on the health sciences, but it's like that gold standard. There's going to be lots of really good systematic reviews in the Cochrane Library. I'm going to just go ahead and type in healthcare. I'm going to do quotation marks around this, healthcare policy. So if I'm interested in looking to see what else has been done on healthcare policy, I can see that there's 6 Cochrane reviews. And so then I can go through here. There's no protocols registered. That's another thing to like, can be nice to know if there are. But then I can go through all of these, and same thing I did with the systematic reviews published in the journal that I identified, look at their methods section, see what databases they're using, see what journals they're hand searching in, where they're looking for gray literature. All of that stuff will be super helpful for you to know moving forward. If you are doing more social sciences, education, Campbell collection is probably a much better place for you to search. I wouldn't necessarily worry about looking in Cochrane if you're doing education types of things, but I can search here. Let's do a search. What was the one I played with earlier? I played with child. And so then I can see we've got 45 search results that are somewhat related to child welfare in the Campbell collaboration. And that's going to be a good idea of sort of what those expectations are for that subject area, because the Campbell collaboration is sort of that gold standard for more of the social sciences education types of things, where Cochrane is the gold standard for the health sciences. And then I'm not going to go into these because we've sort of covered them in some of the previous workshops, but you can also go into PubMed, PsycInfo, and any other subject-specific databases that you've identified. And PubMed and PsycInfo both have filters where you can filter to only search for systematic reviews, or in any database, you can also just type in systematic review as one of your search concepts, one of your search terms that you're searching for, so that you're specifically looking for those systematic reviews. So registered protocols, as I demoed in Cochrane, when we are doing that search for existing systematic reviews, there will also be this protocols that pops up. You'll also see trials over here, which will be helpful to sort of remember later when we are talking more about gray literature. So Cochrane is really great for just bam, bam, bam. Here's all of these things that I can search for. So if you're in sort of that health sciences top subject area, you got it all right there. If you are not, then you want to look in some other places. Prospero is, where AJPH journal wants you to register, and where a lot of other people will expect you to register too. And so then you can search in Prospero for a broad general subject area. And let's try this. So if we were focused back on that population, we can sort of go through here and see, all right, here's a protocol that I can take a look at. Here's where they're searching. Here's the search terms. And so that'll be helpful for the next workshop on April 9th, when we're focusing on how to search. But yeah, just sort of collecting where are all of the places that people have been searching in my subject area. Another great place to find databases is the UT Libraries website. We've got an A to Z databases, all of the databases that we have access to. So now we're up to 837 databases. That can be overwhelming, and you are not going to need to use all of those. So there's a couple of ways that you can sort of focus in. My recommendation for this would be to come over here to this subject, and you can really focus in. So I will come down here and do let's do since this one's mine, I'll go ahead and show this one. The kinesiology and health education databases. So these are the ones that the librarians have sort of recommended for your subject area as the best bets. And so here we go. So we've got our best bets up here: PsycInfo, PubMed, Sport Discus. I would recommend, if you're in kinesiology and health education, I mean, definitely health education, you'll want to use PsycInfo. Maybe not as much for the kinesiology side of it, but definitely PubMed and Sport Discus for those. And then there's a couple of others that you can take a look at here. And then, of course, you've got our profiles over here. You can email, schedule an appointment, look at some of the other things that we have available. Come find this systematic reviews guide. Pop back there. So hopefully all of that will be pretty helpful for you in sort of finding databases.